The Democratic Party has moved to boycott the words "by God" from the pledge given to witnesses that affirm before Congress. The standard change is set to be affirmed for the current week as indicated by the draft. As indicated by the draft, the House Committee on Natural Resources would expect observers to present the accompanying. Do you gravely swear or assert, under punishment of law, that the declaration that you are going to give is reality, every bit of relevant information, and only reality? FoxNews.com reports, the guidelines proposition puts the words "with God as your witness" in red sections, showing they are slated to be cut. The words under punishment of law are in red content, demonstrating that Democrats propose to add that expressing to the promise. The draft governs likewise evacuate the expression his or her all through the archive, changing those two pronouns to their. The tenets moreover adjust all references to the board's administrator to rather allude just to the advisory group's seat. Different principles changes identify with extending the Board of Trustees' position over gaseous petrol in Alaska and non-renewable energy source assets. While numerous government pledges incorporate the expression "with God as my witness," a few, most remarkably the presidential vow of office, don't. The full panel is set to cast a ballot on the new dialect this week, and the tenets would produce results promptly whenever received. Different advisory groups were still during the time spent concluding their guidelines on Monday. Republican pioneers responded with terrify to the proposed change, and recommended it was an indication of the Democratic Party's leftward move. It is fantastic, however not astonishing, that the Democrats would endeavor to expel God from Board of Trustees procedures in one of their first demonstrations in the lion's share, House Republican Conference Chairwoman Liz Cheney, Republican Wyoming, disclosed to Fox News. They truly host turn into the gathering of Karl Marx. Representatives for the Natural Resources Committee did not promptly answer to Fox News solicitations for input. The Board of Trustees, which has oversight of national parks, untamed life and vitality, is led by Democratic Arizona Representative Raul Grijalva. The proposed change was not the first run-through Democrats have tried to strike references to God in Authority Party reports. In 2012, the floor of the Democratic National Convention emitted over a sudden move to re-establish to the stage a reference to God and acknowledgement of Jerusalem as Israel's capital, after overwhelming analysis from Republicans for at first excluding them. Democrats, however, were barely in ascension over the inversion. An extensive and boisterous gathering of agents yelled no as the tradition executive, at that point Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, required the vote. Villaraigosa needed to require the vote multiple times previously deciding that the ayes had it. Numerous in the group booed after he decided the dialect would be re-established. The fight denoted the greatest stage battle in either gathering's tradition, and flagged Democrats were stressed the earlier dialect it could have been politically harming in a tight race year. A senior Crusade official disclosed to Fox News at the time that then-President Barack Obama interceded to change the dialect in the two cases. On the God reference, the authority said the president's reaction was, "For what reason did it change in any case?" The House Board's proposed change comes as far-left dynamic Democratic first-year recruit in Congress, including Michigan Representative Rashid Tlaib and Minnesota Ilhan Omar, have experienced harsh criticism from Republicans for pushing what they call radical and unwarranted religious-based assaults. Omar, for instance, wrote in 2012 that Israel has entranced the world, may Allah stir the general population and help them see the underhanded doings of Israel. Tlaib was blamed for taking part in an enemy of Semitic slur prior this month by proposing Republican legislators were genuinely faithful to Israel, not the United States. Omar and Tlaib left a mark on the world by turning into the main ever Muslim ladies in Congress.